Hey everybody, I am here with some tips, probably about five, maybe a bonus tip for vendor safety tips. When we are out there at a market, we want to make sure that everyone is safe. Stay tuned, check it out, let's dive in. Hey, welcome back or welcome. I am Nancy. I own Oh My Heart Handmade Gifts and I create fun, fashionable, sustainably made bags. I work mostly at farmers and craft markets, especially during the summer season. And there are so many moving parts at these markets. And today I want to bring you some of my top safety tips that I have learned over the past 7 years of markets. I can't believe it's been 7 years already. You'll have to pardon me. I'm a little stuffy. I got that spring cold that's going around. Thank you for stopping by. If you have not subscribed yet, please click the link below, and I can't wait to share with you more insider vendor tips and secrets exposed. Let's get started with tip number one: weights. Weights, 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 lots of weights. Most market managers require 25 pounds of weight on each tent leg. Now, the thing here is that it actually has to be attached to the tent. It can't just be sitting next to the tent leg, leaning against the tent leg. Actually attach it. Several tents, when you purchase them, they come with tent weight bags that you can fill with sand or rocks or whatnot to get it to 25 pounds. Personally, I went to our local reuse sports store and actually bought 25-pound weight discs that would go on the end of barbells. That way I know for sure it is 25 pounds. Nobody can question that. And then it has the little hole in the middle that I can attach a bungee and bungee it to the tent. These are easy for me to move around. If they get wet, they don't get heavier. That's one of the issues with sand. Also, the sand can bust a hole and leak, which makes a total mess in your car or truck or whatever you're using to carry around. Check out that used sports center, or maybe you have some weights lying around that you no longer use. I used our personal dumbbells for a couple years and found myself attaching them, taking them to the car, using them for a market, and then walking them back inside so I could do my exercises the next day. And I finally gave up on that and bought my own weights just for market. And you know what? They stay in the car year round. I don't want to forget those weights. And then with that, they need to be secured the minute you put your tent up, and they need to stay attached to that tent until you completely tear it down. Don't pop up the tent real quick and then go park your car. No, the weights need to be attached. This is extremely important. I just saw a vendor post on one of my Facebook groups that I'm a part of that her wrist was broken at an event last week because her neighbor's tent weighted properly during the market, but during teardown, a gust of wind picked up the tent and knocked it into her wrist against her car. And, we don't want to have to use that insurance that we all have. That insurance is there for a reason, but we don't want to have to use it. So make sure that you just are aware of your surroundings and keep those tents weighed down. You would be totally surprised at how little wind will pick that thing up and toss it around the market. Safety tip number two, speaking of securing everything, really make sure that your furniture, your display furniture inside your booth is secure and strapped down. So strap it to the tent itself, or even add extra weights to your shelves. Many times we are set up on a street that is not completely level. Either it has a slight decline or incline because it's on a hill, or because you're in a gutter situation and for drainage it dips back into the gutter. So be prepared that your furniture will be a little wobbly, and you just want to make sure that it is safe for your customers, and even especially those kiddos that go and grab something, or if somebody gets off balance and they reach out to grab onto something, you want to make sure that your customer doesn't go down and your stuff doesn't go down on top of them. just do your best, be aware, think about the angles and the incline in your booth. One of my locations that I'm at often during the summer, it's not only a hill on the street, but then it also declines going into the gutter. So we get these two different feelings, and I come out of there feeling like I've been on a ship all day. It's pretty crazy, but I'm often just making sure that my customers are aware of the uneven ground so they don't get dizzy and lose their footing while in my booth. One of the tools that I like to use to tie things down are these Velcro straps. I have a set of them that are in a variety of lengths to make them longer. I connect two together. This way I can strap my shelves and my grid walls to my tent and reuse them. Yes, I get that this material itself is plastic. However, I can reuse these for years. I've been using these for at least 3 years, and they're still in great shape, and I'll be able to use them longer. Please try and avoid zip ties. I understand they're convenient, but they are so bad for our environment. They are one use, and then oftentimes they get cut at the end of the market and they're scattered all over the ground. They go into the drainage. Our pets, our wild animals get them. Just avoid the zip ties, please. That's just my little Earth Month PSA here for you. So many reusable options out there. Please check it out. Safety tip number 3 at your market. I am going to recommend you not put anything on the ground. I have seen so many vendors lay down an outdoor rug or an outdoor carpet or even an indoor carpet outside. Yes, it looks super cute. It is a tripping hazard, not only for you, but for your customers. I personally think safety first, cuteness second. Just really keep in mind the people who are coming to your market. They are looking at your stuff, not necessarily their feet as they walk in your booth. So I really encourage you to avoid putting down a rug that could be a tripping hazard for your customers or anyone coming in your booth. It's just not worth it. We really don't want to use that insurance. We have it, and if you don't, go get it. It's not worth it to have a rug on the ground. So that is tip number 3. Don't put anything extra laying on the ground, such as an outdoor rug. My next tip is tip number 4, and I'm going to come to you with water and snacks. Do not forget to stay hydrated and make sure that you keep some food on hand. You don't always get the chance to step away from the market and check out all those awesome food vendors, and it is a long day, and sometimes it's really hot. So you just want to take care of yourself, make sure that you don't get lightheaded, that you don't pass out, and that you stay hydrated. It can get really warm, especially with the sun beating down through your tent. Now, I've seen some people put like a sun barrier on their tent. I do not personally have one of those, but you could look into that to reflect the sun off your tent to keep it not quite as hot. I personally have one of these neck fans that's rechargeable, so we don't have to toss batteries. And that helps quite a bit during the summer markets. It's pretty loud, so when a customer comes in and I'm talking to them, I will often turn it off or down. But in the in-between times, that's super helpful. There are also several other gadgets out there that have a fan that attached to a bucket of water that spray a mist or cooling air on you. Just please be mindful of your stuff and the vendors around you, because if that mist will ruin their product, that's a no. That's not nice. So just be observant, be kind, be nice. It's not all about you. Tip number 5, back to securing things down. I am going to talk about securing down your cash box or putting it somewhere that someone can't sneak behind you and grab it. I will often put a wall on the back of my tent. That way it's not impossible for somebody to reach in and grab, but it's definitely a deterrent than just having an open back, somebody walking behind my tent and grabbing my cash box. When I head to the bathroom, I'll tell a neighbor, hey, can you help me watch my stuff? I'm going to head to the bathroom. But I'm taking my cash box with me. They don't need that responsibility while they are also working their booth, and just keeping an eye on yours to make sure if somebody walks in, they can just say, hey, she'll be right back. She just took a quick break. I have also seen someone actually bolt their cash box to the table. This would require drilling holes through your metal cash box. If that's what you want to do, that's what you go for it. I don't particularly have tables in my booth. I have grid walls, so this wouldn't necessarily work for me. But it is an awesome idea if it would work for you. Secure your money, secure your cash box. My bonus tip for you today is also vendor safety. And if you do not feel comfortable walking to your car by yourself at the end of the market because it's late or it's gotten dark, or if you're just in a part of town that you had to park far away from the market and you just don't feel safe walking to your car, do not be afraid to ask one of your neighbors to walk with you, and I'm sure they would appreciate the company to their car as well. There is one market that I do here that I feel totally safe at, but we have to park a couple blocks away in order to clear the street for our customers to park. And towards the end of the season, it gets dark a lot earlier. It takes me at least an hour to tear down. And by the time it comes around for me to get my car, I'm one of the last few vendors. So I've made friends with some of the vendors around me. We tend to wait around for each other. We communicate. We make sure that either they feel comfortable walking to their car, or if not, we go with each other, or we ask them to watch our stuff as we go to the car. Just depends on the evening. And then at the very end, it is not uncommon for one vendor to be completely packed up, sitting in their car, talking with me as I pack up my car. I so appreciate these people. It is important that we watch out for each other and we make sure that everyone feels safe and our vendor buddies feel safe. So thank you to those of you, you know who you are, who have waited around for me and sat there while I finished packing up my car or walked with me to my car. It is a lovely thing to know that your vendor buddies got your back. If you are new to a market, or if you're new to all markets, make friends with your neighbor. We are kind people. Get to know your neighbor, get to know some people across from you. We are there to run our business, but we are there to also look out for each other. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for someone to walk with you to your car. Safety first. That's what I'm about. Safety first. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking back in. And if you have some other safety tips, drop them in the comments below. Subscribe, check out my website. I am so excited for market season to start around here in the Pacific Northwest. If you are local to the area, check out my website, and I have the markets listed that I will be at, and there are so many fun ones to check out. Have an awesome day. Bye.